Hello, I'm Matt Russell and I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Today's video is going to be my review of the Rake Master CR72G hydraulic grapple. The grapple is a universal skid steer attachment type just like the stump bucket I previously reviewed, which is linked in the playlist at the end of this video. I have a habit of backing up the tractor after picking up an implement because we have snakes in Florida that seem to like hanging around the implements. Usually just indigo snakes, but we have had cottonmouths in several different places on our property, so I backed the tractor up so I can see where the implement was sitting. After you pick it up with the loader arms, it is locked in place with the two yellow latches on my tractor. A third function controller on our Massey Ferguson 2506H tractor functions the twin hydraulic cylinders on the grapple. To hook up the lines, you must first shut the tractor off and relieve all the pressure from each of the hydraulic controls. I go through the process twice for redundancy. You must also ensure the pressure is taken off of your 3-point hitch. In my case, that means lowering my flail mower. My review of the flail mower will be linked at the end of this video. I use a portable air compressor to blow any debris out of the hydraulic connections prior to putting them together. Florida is covered with sand and I don't want it in my hydraulic system. Please excuse the poor camera angle. I keep the two implement hoses connected together when not in use, as in theory this should equalize the pressure. But I have had instances where the Florida sun has warmed up the lines enough that the only way to attach them is to relieve pressure with a set of wrenches by loosening a fitting. Ensure you use due care, as hydraulic fluid entering the body is a bad thing. One thing to watch with the hydraulics is that the lines tend to loosen up while using them in our woods, so you will want to keep a set of wrenches in the toolbox because it rarely occurs near the garage. I am using our Massey Ferguson 2605H tractor. I use our tools in a manner that I am comfortable with. Ensure you follow all the manufacturer's safety instructions with the tools and equipment that you use, as failure to do so could result in serious bodily injury or death. This video is not a sponsored video and I have received no compensation from Rake Master or Hobo Tractor for this review. We purchased this grapple with our own money in October of 2022 after we bought our 13 acres here in Lake City, Florida. It is a sample of one, so your experience may vary. In this clip, I am picking up 3 stumps that I removed using our stump bucket. I am using the fingers of the grapple to grab the stumps, and then I rock the hydraulic controller back and forth to shake out as much dirt as I can. This is one advantage of the grapple over just a standard bucket for picking up the stumps, as it allows me to leave as much dirt as possible in the hole. Keep in mind, from the operator's position I can't see the fingers well, but after you get some experience with the grapple you get a feel for where they are. When I first purchased the grapple, I would sometimes manually pick up debris and put it in the loader bucket, but now that I have the proper feel for the location of the fingers, I can pick up even small piles of limbs with it. I try to get a decent load from several spots before I travel to my dump site. This part of the video gives you a pretty good view of what the root structure of a loblolly pine looks like. Here I am coming back to pull one of the roots out. The fingers on the grapple are awesome. Then I use the rake with the fingers to pull as much of the roots out as possible and then shake the dirt out. I use the seat belt and ROPS bar on my tractor and zero-turn mower because I have been at 2 scenes where people have been crushed to death by the equipment they were operating. I don't care to join them. In this clip, I am using the grapple fingers to pull a sweet gum tree out of the ground. You really don't have to cut the small trees down before you remove them. With this technique, I get the tree and the stump all in one step. Then I grapple the tree and additional debris up. This tree was about 40 feet tall and fell down with the storm we had the other day. I cut it loose so I could pick it up. Then I work it back and forth at an angle with the tractor far enough to cut the limbs off and cut it to length to put it in my sawmill pile. It's nice to be able to pick it up off the ground so that you don't have to bend over as much to cut the limbs off of it, and it prevents the tree from rolling over as you cut the limbs off of it. Here I have cut another tree that was blown over into 3 sections and used the grapple to pick up and stack them together for removal. This short log was trying to escape. Sometimes a little manual labor is quicker than moving the tractor around. With how far the fingers are apart, it is important to crisscross the short limbs so they get entangled together when you grapple them up. Another one tried to escape. Please don't mind the bird. He was just trying to be friendly. In conclusion, I'm very happy with this Rake Master Grapple. Since I purchased it, it's taken a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to use it, but now that I have a better understanding of how it works quite well for me. It allows me to pick up logs, which was the original purpose that I bought it for. It allows me to pull out saplings, which you've seen in the video. It allows me to pick up brush. It's just that you have to learn a little bit of technique in order to pick up the brush and how you want to stack it. With all that being said, it's been a very useful purchase for me on my property. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please like and subscribe. If you think this content could be helpful to a friend, please share. If you have a question or a comment, please leave it in the comment section and I will get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you and have a wonderful day. And remember, if you do the right thing, you don't have to worry about being wrong.